let's get started. So this tale is going to be more recent rather than the last one being more about my past. This one is going to be the tale of me getting to see Mystery Skulls, aka Pop in my concert cherry. A little play on words there, but anywho. So this tale is going to be about me going to my first concert recently, which was last week, and I enjoyed myself. It was a lot of fun. I got to travel to Columbus, and how that went, well, I shall go ahead and get started. So after planning out with Lex on who's gonna be the driver and stuff and the date and all that, because it was like way ahead, because Lex is aware that I need at least a 3 weeks notice when it comes to major things like this, since that's just how it works in the Siren's Eye, which is convenient to know your schedule, but at the same time a little annoying, because like what if you want to go somewhere all of a sudden, and like, you know, but it is what it is. So thankfully Lex had already tracked and noticed Mystery Skulls was gonna perform nearby, and they told me like, hey, do you want to go? And I was like, oh fuck yeah, totally. I want my first concert to be them because I love their music. They are electronic pop genre, I would say. That's what I would categorize them as best as I could describe. And yeah, I ended up being the designated driver due to having more experience traveling. I had to travel to Chicago via car instead of the bus like I did the last time I done that, mostly due to the fact of an emergency. A lot of heavy, sad events, sadly. I am more familiar and used to like that long, strenuous process, and it would be a lot easier too since Lex is still like a new driver and stuff. So the day came. I was super excited. I had this holographic skeleton bodysuit I got, which was super cool, and I was super glad I was able to get it before the concert date came up, because I thought I wasn't gonna be able to, but I did. I looked really cute. I was super comfortable, even though it was a little, like, I'll admit, a little revealing, but not like mega revealing. It was a halter top, and I would say like a leotard was the bottom part of it, kind of leotard style, and it had like garter belts with some leggings attached to it. Anywho, so I got a chance to end up seeing them, but I wasn't possibly not gonna see them due to like weather being super bad. Lex did give me two options. The first option was to cancel the whole thing, and the latter being to still go. And as you imagine, I took the latter, which just have to be super focused in driving. It was a while since I seen Lex because they were super busy with a lot of shit going on in their lives, which I get it, even though I'll admit I was super sad and kind of felt like if I talked to Lex I would be bothering them. So I was thinking in my head like, no, this is gonna be one of the rare times I'm gonna hang out with you if I feel like, let's fucking do this. I ended up being the designated driver, as I said before, and it just took a lot of concentration for me. Because I'll admit the rain was pretty bad, so I can understand why Lex had to call me and like offer these two options, since they were looking at the weather and stuff, and like they work with their mom in a job that they recently got in, and their mom was a little concerned, and as well as the fact of their fiance was also concerned, which is understandable. I could totally get that. I'm not botching either of them for being concerned and actually worried about our well-beings, but I figured that I would just give it a try. Worst case scenario, I gotta drive all the way back. So off we went, and I'll admit it was a little intense, but it was alright. I managed, and it wasn't the worst rain drives I've done. I've seen worse rain, sadly. I hate to admit it, but yeah, and they were very traumatizing, but I still kept driving. But this one wasn't so bad. So we made it, and we ended up just getting a hotel because of how bad the weather was, in which Lex thought of that ahead of time anyway. So we just checked in our hotel, dropped off our stuff, and then we headed down to Scully's, which I was super shocked on how, like, it was just a lot of lights and just a lot of wow factor for me seeing that, because I'd never seen that type of thing before other than like Chicago and downtown, but seeing that somewhere else, it was just a little shocking, but not in a bad way, obviously. So we got to Scully's and we went inside. It reminded me of the Haunted Mansion, but turned into a bar meets disco meets. It was just super cool, honestly. It was really, really cool. The lighting was dramatic. It was just It was just genuinely that amazing, the inside of it. And it was impressive for me on how they're able to control the lighting in a way for each performers, like the starter before like the main course, I guess, for lack of a better word. And then they also set up a projection because Lex told me before that Lewis was that's the main singer of Mystery School. Lewis is very into projections and stuff, but this one was kind of like an upgrade, I guess, for lack of a better term, because they have seen Lewis before, just more of the earlier times. Literally before we met is the best way I could describe it. We got a chance to see that, and they had like a timer set up, so it was like a little countdown for the fans, and then he appeared but was like a silhouette. It kind of reminded me of Alfred Hitchcock, not even gonna lie. And yeah, it was super cool seeing that, him using the projections as part of his like whole silhouette and like performance routine. And I realized he was also wearing like this bodysuit that kind of made it look like he had football shoulders, not gonna lie, but it was super cool because he was glowing rainbow. I wasn't sure that it was from him, but it was once I figured it out. Very cool. He also played like more than just from his album Beam Me Up. He played samples such as from his previous albums that I heard before. One of them I recall he was playing Money.
Stop worrying about things I can't control. Stop worrying about dollars I don't know. Stop worrying about the things I cannot know. But sometimes it feels so good.
Then he played, I believe, Ghost.
'Cause the world might do me in. It's alright 'cause I'm with friends. 'Cause I'm getting up again. It doesn't matter.
And then he ended up featuring his girlfriend, which I didn't know until Lex told me after the show. But yeah, his girlfriend being Snowblood. He played Hellbent.
I've been hellbent, baby. Since you know, baby. My eyes were shut. I feel your touch.
I thought it was just gonna be a recording of the other female voice singer, but she just popped out of nowhere and I got a little startled, but it was really cool. Introduced Snowblood, and Snowblood started playing her latest new song, which is Crazy Fucking Robot Body.
Anybody, I could destroy you with my crazy fucking robot body. I bet you any money, I will destroy you with my crazy fucking robot body.
And yeah, that was the music that they were playing, and I was just enjoying myself, and I like how lax it was, which Lex did admit that it was pretty lax and it was a good crowd. Usually crowds sometimes can make people uncomfortable, and I know there's some more intense crowds, which I was kind of like amping myself up in case that was gonna happen. They even got me like earplugs and stuff, and even told me if I need to just tap them if I need to go outside, because I'll admit I am very sensitive in the sense of like my sensory can get overloaded, even though I am used to that type of like loud, bombastic, and crowded scenes due to my family. But at the same time, these are total strangers, so my reaction might not be as the same. But because of how lax it was, I was very calm. Like, I didn't really need the earplugs or anything of that nature. The only time we ever even went outside, I believe, was when we were leaving, because Lex explained to me as soon as the concert's over, you need to literally get the fuck out as soon as possible, because then traffic's gonna be fucking killer. Which, yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, I honestly enjoyed it. It makes me more excited now to go to other concerts, especially with the outfit I wore. It was so much fun. I always wanted to dress up like something along those lines. That very just super dragged up version of femme that I always view myself as. And it was just nice to do that without even having to hear my mom complain or any of my family members, because that was always the struggle of living with them, was just having to constantly hear that, especially when I want to go out and have fun. So again, again, that's one of the pluses of living on your own and doing your own shit, because you get to do whatever the fuck you want, essentially. But yeah, and I hope to go to more concerts, which hopefully I will. It all depends on me, obviously. But anywho, this is a little short one. I apologize. I hope you enjoy this tale of me getting to go to the concert, getting to go to Columbus, and seeing Mystery Skulls. We managed to get some merch. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.